fuck? All right, what is up? It's the Alan Show. Right now, today, Alan, Bros. This is our time. Alan is gonna fucking read the wiki and get this, the Wikipedia article for bees.
Yeah.
This is how much faith we've lost with the Jam and Slaughterhouse 5. We're gonna read the fucking Wikipedia article. No. Alan is gonna read a Wikipedia article.
Okay. But I have faith that the Jam will return one day. We just have to keep reading in his memory. That's what we have to do. In his stead. In memory of the Jam and the good times that we had reading.
Let me guess, the thumbnail is an anime girl.
No, the thumbnail is just a screen cap of the Wikipedia entry for bees. I'm going with a very plain delivery on this one. We're just gonna straight read the Wikipedia entry. And next week we're gonna finish it. Next week we're gonna finish the entry, but we're just gonna go up until characteristics. We're gonna read up to here and then end. Because I feel like sociality is a big section, so we can't exactly start it and not finish. And then wait a week to hear the rest. I also linked the Wikipedia entry in the description, so if anybody wants to read it, go ahead. But that's why we're recording, isn't it? Isn't it, Project?
Yeah.
Alright. I'm just gonna get started. Is there anything you want to say on the stream before I get started?
We are yet to fucking we are yet to advance anything with the fucking pandemic. In fact, it's kind of getting worse. The vaccines are kind of like halting they kind of stop every few weeks. I get that's why it's because of the second doses, but
Okay. Well, serious world topics aside, let's just have a bit of fun and read the Wikipedia entry for bees. Maybe we might learn something. You know what they say? You know what they say, Project? The saying, you know what they say?
They say the bees come into the birds. The bees jizz into the birds.
No, that's the birds and the bees, Project. The saying is that you learn something new every day. That's the saying. I'm looking here. Parasites, pathogens. If maybe we might get into something about sex, bee sex. It doesn't say anything. Communal bees. Yeah, I don't know how these bees do it. Okay, let's just get started.
There should have been
I'm gonna skip this. It's just hello. That beans. Oh, hello. Hey, hashtag bring back creator. Reading the Wikipedia entry for bees up until characteristics, and then we're gonna continue next week. Yeah.
There should have been fucking
Alright, I'm gonna start. Bees are flying insects, closely related to wasps and ants. Known
Wait,
for
the fuck? Bees are related to ants?
yeah. Family Formicae.
I thought they were all related to fucking flies and shit.
No. As we might get into later, because there's a section on evolution, so we're probably gonna get into that later. And it shows like the family tree and whatnot. Yeah, but they're related to ants. Yeah. Known for their role in pollination, as we all know. And in the case of the best known bee species, the western honeybee, for producing honey. That's correct. Not all bees produce honey. Yes, not all bees produce honey. At least I don't think. I mean, I feel like there's such a I feel like bees and honey are so closely connected that the idea of a bee that doesn't produce honey is a bit foreign to me, I have to say. Continuing in the article, bees are monophilic. Monophyletic. Monophyletic. No, there's no phyletic.
Monophyletic.
Hold on, let me click on that. Maybe it might give me a pronunciation or something. Not now. On the computer.
Monophyletic.
Monophyletic.
Oh, you got that go or not?
It's gone.
No, it's not gone.
Yes, it is.
I have to go to sleep now.
Right, Mom. It says monophyletic, so I said it correct the first time. A group of organisms descended from a common evolutionary ancestor, especially not one
No, you
share.
said monophilic the first time.
Well, I was close. In any case, it's pronounced monophyletic. I'm probably gonna keep Google Translate open actually. Oops. Bees are monophyletic lineage with a superfamily Apiodidae. Apiodidae. If you watch Vsauce, this is basically like the one thing that I know about bees that probably other people don't know. Is that chimpanzees and monkeys, they're simian because they come from the simian family or whatever. Bees are apian because they come from
I know that not from Vsauce, but from when Monkey Jones changed his name to Simeon Jimmy.
Yeah, but do you know the thing about bees? They're apian. Apian because they come from Apiodidae. They are presently considered a clade, or a clade, I'm not sure, called Anthrophilia. There are over 16,000 known species of bees in 7 recognized biological families. Some species, including honeybees, bumblebees, stingless bees, and stingless bees, live in social...
Bumblebees are a type of bee? I thought they were like a whole separate species.
Same thing. A bee is just... It's like monkey. Bee is like the word monkey. Not exactly... Bees aren't exactly an animal. It just describes a type of animal. Like a look. We look at something...
we have different types of monkeys. We have chimpanzees, we have fucking baboons, we have the ones that look like baboons but have the big fucking nose.
Yeah, but like, do you see what I'm trying to get at here? project,
Yeah.
is that B isn't an animal. It's just a, a way of classifying animals, like monkey or
Yeah,
cat.
the proboscis monkey.
Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Explain what I'm trying to say.
I don't see what you're trying to say. I was getting caught up in the whole different species type of thing.
Bees aren't a species. They're like a type, an animal type, just like a dog or a cat or monkey. The species, when you go into it,
An animal type is shit like fuck. Hold up. Bee. Well, yeah, they're a type, but specifically they're like a clade.
that's what it says.
Yeah. They're like from the Hymenoptera order and the Insecta class.
So we're
And the
gonna get into that.
Arthropod.
We're probably gonna get into that when we read more into the article.
Were there no spiders in the fucking arthropod image?
Because they're arachnids. That's what spiders are.
Yeah, but arachnids are fucking arthropods.
No, that's like not it. That's like untrue. That's an untrue statement. At least I wouldn't know.
The arthropods are any sort of like invertebrate with a fucking outside exoskeleton. So that includes insects, arachnids, myriapods, which are like the fucking centipedes and millipedes, and the crustaceans.
It seems like such a overgeneralization to call a spider an arthropod, even though it is correct. It's correct in terms of classification. It seems
a spider is an arthropod, same as a fucking crustacean, same as a fucking crab.
Yeah, I know.
Same as a lobster.
I see what you're saying, but the reason that I feel the need to object to what you're saying is that it seems like an overgeneralization on your part, but it is interesting to hear nonetheless. But you're right. You're right. Okay. Because when I hear arthropod, I think of that meme. You know the meme arthropod gang? Yes, incredibly deep scientific analysis. That's what we're all here for. You know that the arthropod meme, the arthropod gang. That's what I think of when I hear arthropod. It's like that crustacean animal.
I found I didn't find that, but I found this.
Imagine having legs. This post was made by Snake Gang. Yeah, it's basically the same.
The server see this? Hold up, I'm gonna try.
It's the same mentality. That's where the arthropod gang meme came from. Okay, I'm gonna post it on. I'm gonna display it on the screen.
They can't see the chat.
Yeah.
So imagine like a white screen panel with this stock image of a centipede and the caption saying imagine having legs, and there's like this image saying this this image of a snake with the caption, "This post was made by Snake Gang." Yeah, that one.
Yeah. That's what I think of when I hear Octopod. It's Octopod gang meme. But getting back into the article, lives. Okay, let me start from the beginning. Some species, including honeybees, bumblebees, and stingless bees, live socially in colonies, while some species, including mason bees, carpenter bees, leafcutter bees, and sweet bees, are solitary. They don't live in a hive, it seems. Bees are found on every continent except for Antarctica, of course. Antarctica. In every habitat on the planet that contains insect-pollinated flowering plants. This implies that there are other insects that pollinate flowers.
You know,
but I'm not sure.
I kind of got stuck in the except Antarctica. We have animals in Antarctica. It is. I do believe that we haven't found any insects in Antarctica. But we have animals like fucking bee, like no, like fucking penguins and other type of things. Like I do believe that it is. Do you think it's possible that we like fucking like in any sort of insect in Antarctica?
Currently, it
And
seems possible.
don't say fucking ants because I've already heard that joke from the Pink Panther
Here, let me
show.
tell you. All you need is like one little cockroach egg inside of a scientist jacket, and then you have a cockroach living on Antarctica. There you go.
Insects in Antarctica. There's like an insect in a. There's like these fucking insects that walk on ice.
But they don't have bees. That's the important part here. That's what we care about, Project, is that they don't have bees. But if we got some insect pollinated flowers in Antarctica, we might get some bees. Bee gang rise up. Hashtag bee gang rise up. Bees, getting back into the article, bees range in size from tiny stingless bee species whose workers are less than 2 millimeters long. That's 0.08 inches. So if you can think of 2 millimeters, 2 millimeters long, thing was, yeah, basically really tiny, basically. Q Megachile Pluto, also known as Wallace's giant bee, the largest species of leafcutter bee, whose females can attain length of 39 millimeters, which is basically 1.5 inches. So really big. So like,
what the fuck? They have these massive fucking horns at the front of their head.
Yeah, they look like beetles. It looks like they have beetle horns, right?
Yeah, they look like beetle horns. It was not that it was fucking extinct. It is like slightly vulnerable threat. It is like somewhat vulnerable. Somewhat it is like a minor. It has like it is minorly endangered, but it is like
this is
barely endangered, but it was thought to be extinct.
Pretty big, actually. Now, if you could think about the looking at a nest thing, if you can think about the size of that bee and the wings on that bee, and if you could think about the first line in the bee movie, you know you have there, you have some inspiration. That's what you got there. You can't have a bee as a pet. What am I looking at? Project, what did you
I
post
mean, there are
in
people
the
with
Discord?
spiders as pets.
What? What am I looking at,
But
Project?
I know spiders don't need that. There's people with fucking ant colonies and spiders, but you know, ant colonies are like more as like more like an entire group. So it's more about the entire society. Oh fuck.
That's the insects from Antarctica.
No, the one in the picture. Yeah, it apparently they're apparently like a form of midge. I know what a midge is, but it's like a sort of smaller fly. It's like completely flightless. It is and it is also the single largest animal to live entirely on land, because you know the only other animal that I know of that's in Antarctica are like the fucking penguins, and they're like sometimes on land. They're like frogs, sometimes on land, sometimes on fucking water.
Hmm. It says it's. Wait, we're here to talk about bees, not Antarctica bugs. Um.
It
Uh.
was it was thought to be extinct in fuck and it was thought to be extinct until it was found in 1981, and then it was not observed until 2018.
You're talking about the big bee.
Yeah, I have no idea what the fuck. I have no idea how many of them are there, but because it is closer to least concern than extinct, there's like I'm pretty sure there's like a good amount.
Hmm. It says Wallace giant bees build communal nests inside active nest of the tree-dwelling termite, which may serve to hide their existence from attackers. The bee uses tree resin to build compartments inside the termite's nest, which protect its gallery. Female bees repeatedly leave the nest to forage for resin, frequently gathered from this tree thing. The bee's large jaw assists in resin gathering. The female makes large balls of resin which are held between the jaws. In association of the bee with the termite may be obligate. The association of the bee and the termite. So not a lot is known apparently. But it's a big bee.
Wait, termites? They're like close to termites. I guess that's what I'm pretty sure. I do. Is that why? Would that explain the fucking horns?
The horns, you mean, for the termites to like to poke at them?
Uh-huh.
I don't think so. It sounds like from what I read in the article that the giant bee and the termites work together. If anything, I feel like the horns might help the bee gather materials that it sounds like it needs. You know, like if it needs to scrape something. You know.
It reminds me of fucking 2016, and it's the first time I say that, and I don't feel like shit, and I don't feel like it's the first time I say this makes me feel like I'm in 2016 again, and not feel like I want to kill myself.
And you say that because we're reading the Wikipedia entry for bees. That's why it feels like
No, but because of the thing that Bring Back Fritz said about reading
Oh
the
yeah.
article every time you say bee is the fucking article for wasps.
Yeah. That's what is it? That's a really old meme. That's a classic.
Mm.
Okay. Getting back to the entry. Bees feed on nectar and pollen. They feed on nectar and pollen. The former primarily as an energy source, and the latter primarily for protein and other nutrients. Most pollen, I don't exactly know what the parallel would be. Like if I had to compare nectar and pollen for humans, I wouldn't know what to say exactly. Most pollen is used as food for their larvae. Vertebrate predators of bees include birds such as bee eaters. Insect predators include bee wolves and dragonflies. If I had to guess, bee wolves are not actually bees. If I had to take a guess. No, it doesn't seem like they are. Are solitary predator wasps. Yeah, they're wasps, not bees. But there you go. Bee wolf. Bee wolf with a honeybee. Okay. What is it? And dragonflies. Bee pollination is important both ecologically and commercially, and the decline in wild bees has increased the value of pollination by commercially managed hives of honeybees. The analysis of 353 wild bee and hoverfly species across Britain from 1980 to 2013 found the insects have been lost from a quarter of the places they inhabited in 1980. From The Guardian, it says. Widespread loss of pollination insects real across Britain. Jesus Christ. Hmm. Hmm. Currently reading an abstract right now. Hmm. So it says that the general declines highlight a fundamental deterioration in both wider biodiversity and non-crop pollination services. So basically all the same bee.
Polynesian services kind of sounds like a fucking sounds like a fucking pollination business.
Hmm. Yep. Do you know that meme about the bees disappearing? Yeah, basically that's what that's about. Okay. Human beekeeping or apiculture has been practiced for millennia, since at least the times of ancient Egypt and ancient Greece. Bees have appeared in mythology and folklore through all phases of art and literature, from ancient times to the present day. The bee movie. Although primarily focused in the northern hemisphere, where beekeeping is far more common. Then we have the stats. Synonyms for bees include apiformes, that's a question mark. Okay. Suborder superfamily Clade.
In which one are you?
Which suborder am I?
Which section of the article are you?
I'm just looking at the image right now.
Which in
Okay, I'm about to get into evolution right now.
you're just gone out you're just getting into the actual content.
Yes, I just read the first part.
Fuck.
That's why I'm not doing the entire article today. Just the first half or whatnot. Okay. Evolution. Oh, isn't there that guy in what is it? Um what is it? Isn't it the killer ant arc? The Chimera ant arc? Isn't there a bee person? Like King Bee or is it the ant? King Ant. That's your profile picture. The Ant King?
The Ant King. I want to know what that's from. That's like from an anime. Oh shit! It's
Yeah,
from
Ant
like
King. I don't know why I was thinking of bees.
Hunter X Hunter.
Okay. Is there really no like bee person in Hunter x Hunter? Like a bee guy? Or is that just my imagination? Okay. Okay. Hanzu? Hanzu is a citrus-based sauce commonly used in Japan's cuisine. Okay. Huh? I don't recognize them. Hanzu is waifu? Question mark. Okay. Evolution. The ancestors of bees were wasps in the Crabronidae, in the family Crabronidae, which were predators of other insects. So basically, the ancestors of bees were big, and then the bees shrunk down. The bee ancestors got smaller, and then they became bees. That's what happened. Which were predators of other insects. Okay. The switch from insect prey to pollen. This is what I was talking about. This is what happened. May have resulted from the consumption of prey insects, which were flower visitors and were partially covered with pollen. When they fed the wasps, when they were fed to wasp larvae. Okay. That's an interesting idea. So you are what you eat, literally. You are what you eat. This same evolutionary scenario may have occurred within the Vespoid wasps, where the pollen wasps evolved from predatory ancestors. Vespoid. Are these pollinating wasps? Is that what they are? They're wasps that act like bees? That's a bug. Eusocial predators. Large variety of lifestyles, it says. Well, we're not going to get anything out of Wikipedia on this one. Until recently, the oldest non-compression bee fossil have been found in New Jersey amber. Cretaceous age. Oh, in New Jersey amber of Cretaceous age. So basically, what is that? Cretaceous.
I'm pretty sure. Fuck.
Cretaceous is here. This K thing.
Cretaceous? You mean like fucking? You mean fucking?
The era.
Yeah. Fucking. Did bees evolve from like the Cretaceous era?
Yeah, that's where they came from. It actually says that on Wikipedia. Like, they came from like the middle.
You know what else? What other common thing also is from the Cretaceous era? Fucking grass. grass only started like existing, I guess, like roughly from around 70 at 80. When did grass evolve? I'm gonna search that.
When did grass evolve?
No, it's from like fucking. It started evolving around fucking a little after like 66 million years ago. But they apparently actually started. Like, yeah, it started in the Cretaceous period, but it kind of fuck. But it kind of but they kind of started, but they didn't become like common until the fucking Neogene, which is roughly 66 to 23 million years ago. It is so it is after. So it is after the dinosaurs, the non-avian dinosaurs went extinct, but before the evolution of apes. And after that is like the Neocene, which is like 20 million years ago to the present.
Yeah, so these are extremely large geological timescales here. So even though it might seem small, it's not that small. So if we look at the Cretaceous age, let's see how long ago that was. 145, that's at the back end there, to 66 million years ago.
It was 79 million years ago, so
Million.
Homo sapiens have our species has existed so our species, I guess, existed for 350,000 years. So it was like the entire existence of the human race as we know it. No, as of the human race as we know it, 226 times over.
Let's continue then. So, the oldest non-compression bee fossil. So, this is basically telling us that where bees probably got their start, which is the Cretaceous age. A bee's fossil from the early Cretaceous is considered an extinct lineage of pollen collecting Apiota, sister to the modern bees. Derives features from its morphology place it clearly within the bees, but it retains two unmodified ancestral traits. Of the legs, two mid-tibial spurs, and the slender, like, if you had to think, let me just finish this. Showing its transitional status, okay. By the Eocene, there was already considerable diversity among eusocial bee lineages.
Eocene?
Yeah. It's basically the one like directly after it.
Yeah, roughly this is around the time that grass became common.
I mean, that's a wild idea. Like, yeah. Let me just say that's a wild.
I'm gonna
idea.
try to find out when beasts evolved. Fuck, beasts actually started. Beasts actually started evolving like 100. Like this is when, like, to put this into perspective.
Mm.
This was around the time when fucking when fucking North America and Europe were fucking on the same landmass.
The Cretaceous age, that's what you mean? Back then? That's what you mean, right? Because I'm looking at the Wikipedia entry for the next one. It's the Eocene.
This is roughly how the Earth looked when bees started to exist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you show it on screen?
Sure.
Can you show it on screen?
Yeah.
All right. This is it on screen?
Hold on a second. It takes a second.
All right.
You really want to have that impact moment where you say this? Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now.
When bees started to appear on Earth, this is how it looked like. You see, never mind what I said about North America and Europe. South America and Eurasia and Africa were practically the same continent, and also Antarctica was just disconnecting from like Africa.
Yeah, look, you can go from Brazil to
Also, there's like
Egypt.
this little bit of mass at the east of Antarctica. I know which at the north. Like I don't know which one is. Like there's one big one at the between Antarctica and Africa, and there's like this one and there's like this really small one at the. It's probably the north one. It's probably the one between Africa and Antarctica. One of these is never mind. One of these is India.
Yeah. I mean, I'd have to assume. But we can get into geology another time. Let's see. On the article we're at here. The highly eusocial.
Fuck!
What?
Fuck! Dropped my fucking headset. I definitely damaged it. Just kidding. I don't know if I actually damaged it. Da 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 da.
Eusociality, the highest level of organization of sociality, is defined by the following characteristics: cooperative brood care, overlapping generations, and a division of labor into reproductive and non-reproductive groups. Wow. I guess humans are eusocial? Inhumans. Whether humans are prosocial or eusocial. Okay. What's pro-social? Benefit to others. Hmm. Okay, apparently there's a debate on this. Whether humans are pro-social or use social. Because what I'm mainly confused about, what I want to know is where here, from Greek, you, good, and social. Okay, so bees are eusocial. The highly eusocial orbiculate apiodai appeared roughly 87 Maya. I don't know what Maya is. Let me Google it. 87 Maya. A million years ago. Is it? That's what it means? I guess so. I guess that's what it means. Yeah.
You want to
That's what it means.
you want I'm sorry. I know I'm interrupting you, but
Yeah.
I just wanted to I just wanted to I just wanted to say something funny. So yesterday I talked about. So yesterday I went on Macaco board, and which is like which is like the one Pagliacci with Pagliacci, Ravel, Mr. Moon, fucking bring back Fritis there. Funny monkeys in there. Is not there. You're there. Alan, you're there. Let's see who's also there. Horror Fanatic is there. So many good people there. So many nice guys there. So, but I was talking about fucking about this new station, about this new announcement by Cartoon Network about where they're gonna showcase a bunch of new cartoons, and then someone says, hopefully diverse, hopefully hopefully they're not gonna try to, hopefully when they talk about new voices, that doesn't mean they're gonna rip off fucking Steven Universe. And then I show them an image of the promo art for Elliot from for this one new show that's coming out, from shows like the one Ivando, Prince Ivando, the one from the Gumball working team, the Gendy one, which we started a fight over whether Gendy is cringe or not, and the one called Elliot from Earth, and this one is like the one that I'm want you to talk about. So because
I hear Elliot and I immediately think of Elliot Roger.
yeah, fuck. You already the joke was gonna be that Reed responded to the one from Elliot from Earth, which is kind of about a kid that lives in like a space, and Reed from Macaco Cord responded with Elliot Roger reincarnates to see the future he created.
I can't imagine the future that he would create to be so good.
It's Elliot Roger. Of course, it's a future without women.
Yeah, maybe just like no women. Just put them in like science institutions and let the men do everything.
No. If it's Elliot Rodger, he's not gonna put them in science institutions. He's gonna put them in concentration camps or some shit.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna call them. That's what Elliot is gonna call them.
That's
Okay.
that. Yeah.
That's the cover story, okay, Project?
Or if it's, or maybe he pulls a Biden and calls them women facilities, women internment facilities, or some shit.
Can we get back to the bees, please? The bees.
Yeah.
Okay, getting back to the bees. A highly used social barbiculate apidae, basically a bee, roughly appeared 87 million years ago, and the Allodapini with apiidae roughly 53 million years ago. They occur throughout sub-Saharan Africa, Southeast Asia, and Australia. They're also a rare genus that occurs in isolated, basically around that area. This looks like it's just going through different bee species and describing where they got their start. The Collectade appears as a fossil only from the late Oligocene, 25 million years ago, as early as Miocene. The Melitade, also known from this thing, in early Eocene. Wow, that's a big bug. Oh yeah, this is the Melitade Pluto thing. Are known from trace fossil characteristic leaf cuttings. I guess that's how you would identify a leafcutter bee, is by the leaves they leave behind. Not many leafcutter bee fossils, but maybe you could catch a few leaves. In the Middle Eocene. Could you just imagine, like, the world just like, literally bees have been around so long that the world looked like, I know I'm just repeating your point, but if you could just like imagine the world moving and the continents moving apart, but bees still exist. That's basically the idea. Basically what bees did.
Bees can fly.
Yes, bees can fly.
Continental drift or not, they're gonna be in every continent.
Except for Antarctica.
Yeah. But that's not the point. The point is bees can fly.
The Andrinidae are known for the Eocene Oligocene boundary around 34 million years ago of the fluorescent shale. For what? No idea what those two words mean.
What words mean?
Shale. Oh. Talking about geography.
Shaun? It sounds like a mispronunciation of Sean.
No. It looks like it's talking about basically layers of rock, basically.
I do. I think those are called like sedimental layers.
Yeah.
You see things like dirt, or I think fucking. There's like the ones like there's like ones like I think shit like it's shit like concrete. What I don't know. Types of rocks.
The Halicetidae. I'm saying that wrong. Let's see.
It's shit like it's like very mineral shit like
Halictidae?
no, it's not mineral shit. That's the inignia.
Let me get back to the thing. Okay, the Halictidae, as I now know, the second largest family of bees. Halictidae. What's the first? I'm guessing the first largest is the honeybee. Let me Google it. Second largest family of bees. Is it right there? Okay, let me type first then. First largest family of bee is the Apidae. Oh. Family, that... Okay. Oh, the Halictidae is a family. Family of Anthophilia, which is the Anthophilia are bees. Got it. So it's the clade, then the family. So it's the kingdom, then the phylum, then the class, the order, the suborder, the superfamily, and then the clade, and then the family. Looks like that's how it works. And then among the family of bees that are in the clade of Anthophilia is the Halictidae and the Apidae. And the Apidae are the largest, and the Halictidae are the second largest. In the early Eocene, the species found in amber, the Stenotridae, the Stenotrididae are known from fossil brood cells of Pleistocene, which the Pleistocene...
I think the age is from the Holocene, from like I guess like 5,000,
like all these ages that they are classifying are things that are within the eras. These you know what I'm trying to say.
This is all like within the fuck.
Often colloquially referred to as the Ice Age. Oh. So the bees survived the Ice Age? Question mark?
No, the eras are like the fucking big ones, like the Mesozoic, and the we're in like the Paleozoic era.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is that the eras that it's describing.
No. Oh fuck! I said that it was like the Paleozoic. No, we're in the Cenozoic era.
But what I'm saying is that the eras that the ages that they say the bees are coming from are within the eras. Like over here, it says like there's like the Cenozoic era, and then it goes down into more classifications. Trying to see if I can't find Pestilocene. No, it doesn't look like I could find it.
And right now we are in the right now we're in the we have like the Quaternary period, the Neogene period, the Paleogene period, the Premature period, the
Oh,
you
the
see
Pestilocene is the Ice Age. What?
the Quaternary is like the last few million years. The Neogene was those few million years to last 10 to last 20,000 20 million. The Paleogene was 20 million to 66 million, and the premature period is when it's before the 28 days. You already get it, do you?
I mean, I don't know the specifics, but I have.
The joke is that they made up the whole premature period thing. It's not not in here. It's a funny menstruation joke.
Okay, in that case, I completely missed it. Went entirely over my head. Hashtag bring back Fred is just typing B in the chat. Okay, let me. Why did you not tell me this, Project?
Why did I not tell you what?
Hashtag bring back Fred is spamming B in the chat.
I didn't even see it.
No, not in this chat, in the YouTube chat.
Wait, what the I like the same. I logged off the fucking YouTube video.
B is just typing B. I appreciate the B's. Hashtag bring back Fred. B gang.
I want to see it.
B gang, rise
I want
up.
to fucking see it.
You're gonna read.
It's definitely gonna sound like a mess.
You're gonna read all the B's?
There's no fucking fuck. It's
You know
on
what?
top chat, live chat.
A good streamer would read the messages of their viewers. Okay, let me read his messages. First B, then uppercase B, then eb, then bay, then B, then B, then ba.
It doesn't appear
then
on the
bebe.
chat. It doesn't appear on my chat.
Really? B, beb, e, be, ebe, B, and then ba, B, bay, B, B. Hashtag bring back bees, and I said B gang rise up. Yeah, that's not what I'm seeing.
I'm not seeing it. So you probably need like a screenshot.
Yeah, let me make it clear for you. Also, we're gonna get back to the article.
Yeah.
In a moment. There, that's what I got. Just bees. Just bees. B. Okay. What is it? Okay. Okay. Now we're reading coevolution. The earliest animal pollinated flowers were shallow, cup-shaped blooms pollinated by insects such as beetles. Okay. Earlier, I'd assumed that there are other insects that pollinate flowers, and apparently beetles pollinate flowers as well. So the syndrome of insect pollination was well established before the first appearance of bees. Okay. Polynesian Syndrome are suits of flower traits that have evolved in response to natural selection imposed by different pollen vectors, which can be abiotic or biotic, such as birds, bees, flies, and so forth through a process. Pollinator mediated selection. Basically describing the way that flowers have changed over time to better suit bees and other insects coming in to help with pollinating. The novelty is that bees are specialized as pollination agents with behavioral and physical modifications that specifically enhance pollination and are the most efficient pollinating insects. In a process of coevolution, flowers developed floral rewards such as nectar and long tubes, and bees developed longer tongues to extract the nectar. Bees also developed structures known as scopal hairs and pollen baskets to collect and carry pollen. The location and type differ among and between groups of bees. Most species have scopal hairs on their hind legs or on their underside of their abdomens. Some species in the family Apidae have pollen baskets on their hind legs, while very few lack these and instead collect pollen in their crops. The appearance of the structures drove the adaptive radiation of the angiosperms and in turn bees themselves. Adaptive radiation is a process in which organisms diversify rapidly from ancestral species into a multitude of new forms, particularly when a change in the environment makes a new resource available. Bees co-evolve not only with flowers, but it is also believed that some species co-evolved with mites, and hence the termite thing. With the termite thing with the Melachinidae pseudo. Some provide turfs and hairs, called acarinaria, that appear to provide lodgings for mites. In return, it is believed that mites eat fungi that attack pollen, so the relationship in this case may be mutualistic. And then we go into the phylogeny. This phylogeny tree is developed, which is more molecularly erosion and deep, therefore, yeah. showing a family tree. This is Apiodai. Apiodai. And it's showing different type of wasps. And then here we have Anthophylla, which is the bees. So from Apiodai we get bees. Internal. From Apiodai we have Metatidae. Then we have the Apidae, which is what people commonly think of when we hear bees. People commonly think of Apidae. So we have the long tongue and the short tongue bees. And I'm supposing that the Metatidae don't have tongues at all. That's what I'm assuming from this diagram. And here we have the leafcutter bees, which are the big ones. Now we get to the last section that we wanted to cover today. Right? Project.
Right.
Okay. Characteristics. Bees differ from closely related groups, such as wasps, by having branched plume-like setae. All these new words.
Setae.
Setae. Mites on the body of an organism, typically a bee or a wasp. So basically bees purposely keep mites in their body. That's interesting. Between the mite and the host organism, under the first. What am I looking at? This is potential warning for anybody watching the stream. This does look kind of like weird.
Oh, that kind of looks like not like up far. This kind of looks like either sea footage, snuff film footage, or or something or like it looks like basically it looks like medical imagery.
Yeah, it looks like tissue, like some kind of blood or whatever. But it's like a really blurry image. And it appears to be like some kind of membrane that we have like mites or eggs or something. I don't know what's going on. Where's it from? Not telling me where it's from. Genus of mites. Acridae. Basically showing what they look like. Yeah, so it was talking about this earlier about coevolution. About how some bees may co-evolve with mites because of the existence of a acrinarium. Then we have a scupa. Hey, Project, you want a scupa? Scupa da gupa?
A scupa what?
Scupa da glupa. You know the gloop that went off? Got a scupa da glupa.
The gloop go off?
The gloop went off already. We gotta scoop it with the scoopa. Scoop with the gloopa. The
You
scoop with the
just got
scoopa.
beamed.
The sloop and the boopa. The swoop.
If Beans was in here, he'd tell you that you just beamed. I yoke it and my splur go off.
And the splur go off and then we scoopa. Okay, is any number of different modifications on the body of a non-parasitic bee that form a pollen-carrying apparatus. So basically, a scoopa describes things that bees use to carry pollen better. The scoopa is simply a particularly dense mass of elongated, often branched hairs or setae on the hind leg. Pupa of the family Apidae. On a sunflower, only the hind tibia carries this thing. So this is the family Apidae. So basically, this is like a classical bee. And this is, I'm assuming this is the scupa or something like that. It seems like this is pollen. The big black bee. Okay.
That could be pollen, but that also could be fucking. But that also could be like the hair, a bit of hair. But that also could be pollen.
No.
But pollen mostly carry. But they mostly carry pollen on the.
Setae.
Use the bee term, okay? It's not hairs, it's setae, okay? We're setae. Okay, say it with me. Say setae.
Setae.
Okay. We are bee people, okay? We're bee gang. Okay, we have to know the bee facts, okay? The hairs on the bee are called
Did
setae.
you say we're bee gay?
We're bee gang. 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 Bee gang.
Bee gang.
We have to know the bee facts, okay? So the hairs on the bees are the setae. Combs on the forelimbs for cleaning their antennae. Small and anatomical differences in limb structure and the venation of the hind wings, and in females by having the seventh dorsal abdominal plate divided into two half plates. This is evolution of insects. Wow, this is like an entire book. So apparently in this book there's a section on bees. Let me see if I can't get into it. Arthropods, the origin of insects. Looking for something that might indicate bees. Head them down into the thorax. Earliest insects. Insect wings. Okay. I'm not looking at anything that might. Let me go to the back. Maybe the index has something on bees. And it's cut off. Let me search for bees. Anyways, bees have the following characteristics. A pair of large compound eyes, which cover much of the surface of the head. Between and above these are three small, simple eyes. Ossetae. Interesting. Which provide information on light intensity. So basically bees are really good at looking.
Do you know what the fuck happened?
What?
Oh, well, we were talking about bees. Bring Back Fred got off the chat to go to like retardation.
Why not? Listen, we're over here in the nitty gritty talking about bees, okay? He has permission to leave our boring discussion and to do whatever he pleases.
And we're into the nitty gritty and talking about a shit city.
Okay, Project. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get anything on bees by looking on Google. Evolution of bees. The antennae usually have 13 segments in males and 12 in females, and are geniculate, having an elbow joint part a long way. So basically, like, if you can think of bunny ears, that's what bee antenna do. They house large numbers of sense organs that can detach. No. They house a large number of sense organs that can detect touch. Mechanoreceptors. Smell and taste, and small hair-like. Wow, bees can smell. Bees can smell, if you can think about that. And
Can bees smell diarrhea?
Apparently. But they probably have like a stronger affinity for like anything that could give them a hint that flowers might be nearby. Or they could probably smell each other. You know, like pheromones and whatnot. Is that a thing for bees? I'm not sure. I don't want to speak out of turn because I'm bee gang. So I don't know if bees are about that pheromone life. I don't know. But I feel like that's something I've heard about bees. And small hair-like mechanoreceptors that can detect air movement so as to hear sounds. The mouth parts are adapted for both chewing and sucking by having both a pair of mandibles and a long pair of proboscis for sucking up nectar. The thorax has 3 segments. Okay. The thorax has 3 segments, each with a pair of robust legs, and a pair of membranous wings on the hind 2 segments. The front legs of corbiculate bees bear combs for cleaning the antennae. Okay. And in many species, the hind legs bear pollen baskets, flattened sections with incurving hairs to secure the collected pollen. The wings are synchronized in flight. and the somewhat smaller hind legs connect to the forewings by a row of hooks along the margin, which connect to a groove in the forewing. The abdomen has 9 segments, the hindermost 3 being modified into the sting. The largest species of bee is thought to be the Wallace giant bee, which is what we talked about before. And the smallest may be, yeah, they mention both of these sentences. But yeah, that's that.
That's about it.
Wow. Imagine having multiple mouth parts of an insect. We just have the upper lip, bottom lip, and we have teeth, and we have tongue. And then there's like the interior kind of stuff. But look at this. I'm looking at this and I'm imagining like having like multiple lips. That's what I'm imagining. Like more than 2 lips. Okay, so that's it. That's the first part of the Wikipedia entry on bees.
The first part.
The first part that we're gonna get through. So what are your thoughts, Jack? Bees. Are we bee gang? Are we agreeing to be bee gang? Is that a
I
yes?
like that there's like this really big one with fucking beetle horns.
The Mega Chile Pluto. It has Chile in the title. It's your country.
Ha 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 ha.
Yeah. Aren't you like Chilean?
Hold up. Yes, but here last I but there. There you go.
Is that why you like it? Because it has Chile? And the big beetle horns? It's only the females, okay? Only the girls get to be that thick. Not the boys, okay? Alright, bro, Jack.
How long did it take you to come up with that one? It couldn't be more than 30 seconds.
No, I
If
noticed.
it took more than 30 seconds to come up with the fucking chili one.
It's not it's not like a joke. It's just like a comment. It's not a joke. I'm not trying to make fun of you coming from Chile. I'm just like, oh look, it has
No,
Chile.
I'm not pissed off. I'm not trying to be like, oh, that's so fucking problematic, bro. I'm just fucking I just kind of started sleeping like shit again. How many times did you hear me saying that? You know, I was doing fine. You know, one day I'm doing fine, the other. Well, I wasn't doing like that bad, but you know.
I understand, but it's best to keep trying, keep trying to get that good sleep schedule. Why is it Mega Chile? What does Chile mean in this case anyway? Because each part has like a meaning. Each part has a meaning. You know what mega means? Mega, that's a word, but what is Chile anthropologically? That's a question.
Well, according to Lord, it's apparently like this third world country where it's fucking where that has literally nothing, and it's gonna get nuked by the United States and someday, Lord, I hope you're seeing this. Someday, Lord from No Nation.
Hey, when YouTube implements the clipping system, I guess you could send a clip. But anyways, that's the end of the stream.
That's definitely got to be used to cancel people.
End the stream. Bye, project. Bye, viewers.
And
Bye.
bye.
Hashtag bring back Fred. B gang.
Bye, V gang.
B